This is Derek Maines with The Breakdown. So I know we're struggling right now when it comes to hiring people. And there's lots of conversation out there about how to resolve this. Do we raise wages? Do we change some of the things I've been talking about? Do we change the way that we think about full-time employment? But I want to show you something that I carry around in my pocket or in my bag with me, and I've had it now for about 5 years. It came from an engagement I did with a client about 5 years ago. And I couldn't tell you how much I charged the client. I probably would take me a little bit of thinking to remember exactly what the project was, but I have a very, very strong recollection of the incentive, the reward that I was given at the end of it. And it wasn't a check. It was actually a coin. It looks something like this. This one is two-sided. It's got the company name on one side and their mission and vision. And on the backside, it specifically is dedicated to the project that I worked on for that company. It's essentially in memorial of that project that I participated in, and it was presented to me by the CEO at the end of the project when we had successfully completed the work that needed to be done. The only people that got these coins were people that actually worked on that project and were there for the successful completion of it. One of the things that I found interesting about this coin is that I looked it up afterwards. It probably cost the company $5 to $7 to produce. It's pretty heavyweight. It's thick. It's in a case, a little cute little presentation case here to keep it safe. But one of the things that I found that was really fascinating, this company used these coins, these mission coins, which actually comes from a special forces sort of background, and they did some military contracting, so it makes sense. They used these coins and gave them out as memorials of projects and things that were completed. Maybe it might be your end of your first year, or maybe it's landing your first big sale, or maybe it's onboarding the biggest client in the customer's history. And they made these coins up in small numbers and they distributed them out to employees. And you would think, if I was to give you a gift card or cash or take you out to dinner, you might be appreciative of it, but would you still remember it 5 years later? And would you still think about and cherish the memory of that project? Probably not. The people that worked in this office were really fascinating, because where I have, things from my past, I might have some awards over on this wall and some things, in my cubicle or in my office that represents my success at that company or in the past. One of the fascinating things about this company was these were collector's items. People had really nice LED lit display cases in their office that had every one that they had participated in. And some of them had multiple display cases showing by year all of the different projects they had participated in. And I looked at that and I thought, that's really a sense of pride. It's really a cultural thing to do something like this with a coin and give it out to people. It's also a currency that you can't get anywhere else. And it's completely and totally invaluable. There is no real value to this, coin other than a couple of dollars, but it's not even worth that after it's been given out. But the intrinsic value to that person was really, really high. If you want to think about employee loyalty, imagine I have 20 or 30 of these that I've collected over a few years, and I went to work someplace else. There's no value of those coins someplace else. Actually, bringing those in and hanging them on the wall in my new office might seem a little weird, but inside the culture of that company, this was the most valuable thing you could give. This was a representation of work well done. Had nothing to do with salary, had nothing to do with cash. It's just a representation of the appreciation that the company has. I'd challenge you to think this way. If you want to think about retention of employees, what better way than to create a currency that only matters inside your company and something that people can be really, really proud of, so proud of that they're willing to display it in their office for everybody to see. That's it for this time. See you soon.